Hi guys, you are with Natalie Brathwaite on Daily Thought, and I hope that you are well. I hope that even any bad weather that may have come your way, I pray that you are safe and that you are healthy. I hope that all is well in your corner, and if it is not, I pray that God would really make a way for you that would cause you to be in good health, that will cause you to be safe. I pray that as you speak to Him and you tell Him your needs, that He will supply, because He has promised if you ask, you will receive. If we ask, we will receive. So I hope that everything is working out in your favor. So, we are talking today about what does it really mean to say that we love Christ, to say that we love God. And so it is the weirdest things, and these things happens quite frequently to me. I was just singing a song and just singing about my love for God and stuff like that, and the question was posed to me, like, do you really love me? Do you really love me? And when I heard it on the inside, I was like, why the question though? Because I think it's apparent that I really do love Christ. I think it is it's not even a question. But yet as I was singing it more, because I didn't stop singing it right there and then, so as I continued singing it, the question kept popping up in my mind, and so I decided to entertain the question in my mind. I decided to really do some internal search on what do I do to show that I do love Christ. And the thing about it is that a lot of times we forget that the word love is actually an action word. So we cannot say that we love, but there is no action that follows it. So this thought navigated me right along to John chapter 21, where Simon Peter was asked by Jesus, do you love me? He was asked 3 times. So imagine me, in this day I going about my day, and this question pops up in my mind, so I stop everything, I shut down everything, and I proceed to go and investigate John chapter 21. So here I was investigating John 21, and I decided I'm going to read the entire thing. I need to get full context. I need to see what it is God really is asking me. Why is He even asking me this? What is the motive, about this question? And so I decided to read. Now, in this entire John 21, there's so much to be picked out. There's so many nuggets. And some of the nuggets in there was like about one of the nuggets was about obedience, in that when Jesus saw them that morning, and He asked if they caught any fish, and they said no. He gave them an instruction where to throw the net, and they threw the net, and the net was filled to capacity, and yet it did not break. He knows our needs before we even say what we do need, because they were there fishing, they caught no fish, yet Jesus was on the shore, and He already had bread and fish preparing for them. Yes, so they did not yet see Him, yet He saw their need before they even saw Him. And oh my gosh, that was just a whole nother thing all up in my mind. But that's not the nugget I really want to talk about. The nugget I really want to talk about comes in verse, I believe, 15 and 16 it is, and verses 15 and 16. And those 2 verses spoke about when Jesus asked Simon Peter, "Do you love me?" He asked him if he loved him, and Simon Peter said yes. The three times he said yes. And Jesus answered the three times after he said yes, and he said, "Feed my sheep." And he said it in the three times, three slightly different ways. Nonetheless, he was telling him he need him to feed his sheep if he truly does love him. After that discourse, the last time when he told him to feed his sheep, after that he told him, "Follow me." Okay, he told him, "Follow me." And so it tells me that the only way we can truly execute what God has asked us to do is by following him. We cannot do it on our own. Our own strength, our own ideas, our own sustenance is just not going to work. But I would pause right here and allow you to hear piece of our Brathwaite conversations about this scripture and what it really means to follow Christ, as we say that we love him and as we say that we understand that love is an action word, and as he calls us to do service for him and on behalf of him by serving his sheep, by tending to his sheep, by taking care of the ones that he loves, his people, then what does that really look like on a day-to-day basis? We will be back. I will be back just to tie up nicely our discourse here and the discourse and the conversation that we were having in our home.
Is where I get the instruction. You understand? And to understand that God is the only supply. Because here everybody say, "Hey, you know what? We go on this side, we get." And remember, the Messiah told we go on that side, and then I go on that side, and we're like, we get on that. You know why? The instruction wasn't given to one next side by the Messiah. You understand? So we had to follow God's instruction in order to get the supply. The supply to come by itself.
But
That's
not
not
only
my
that,
own.
not only that, but what God is also saying is that why he asked him the question about love is because the only way that could be sustained, that following Christ could be
Relationship,
sustained,
love.
is the relationship that he has with God and the love that he has for God.
And it is that he want to please God. You want to
He
please God so
wants
much.
to please God, but
Aye.
you would want to please anybody that you love, right?
Yes.
So that is why God asked him that over and over to know, if you do you truly love me? If you truly love me, you will follow me and you will do what I ask you to do. And all I'm asking you to do is to follow me and feed my sheep.
That's all. That's as simple as that. Simple, simple, simple. Simple instruction. He didn't say, go and climb a mountain with a volcano and no, simple, just follow me.
What you say, man?
He didn't go to climb the mountain, follow behind the mountain. He'll make a way, he always make sure of course God will get over and he'll make sure get over and say follow him.
What I was saying is like, like how you'll be teaching us how to like tame Rusty and stuff like that. Right. Like probably she was trying to do something like that and saying that, you know, right, that you gotta know what, like, when you say, like just now when you say that when all in not here, it's really the same thing that if all is still there.
Right.
Right. So it's like that. Now let's say you go on a vacation with mom to
Vacate.
Florida.
Florida. And we home. And I did Rusty. Yeah, do the same thing that you taught us every time.
Right.
So we can't say that you didn't teach us because you taught us many times.
So if something go wrong because you didn't do what was you were taught.
Exactly.
Very good. So yes, that is the same thing. And you will be doing it because you love your father so much. You want to be obedient to what he had shown you, and to show him, well, hey, I could follow the instructions you gave me, I could follow it.
Also, bear in mind, you ought to have realized that every time Daddy was with you all, with Rusty, Rusty behaved a certain kind of way. Right? And he gave Rusty certain instructions, specific instructions, and Rusty followed it. Right? So if Daddy is not here and you're dealing with Rusty, right? Then the only way for Rusty to follow certain things, you had to give him the instruction was as your father used to give Rusty, you ought to give Rusty the same instructions. Right? You can say, Rusty, go to the shop and get bread. And expect Rusty to go to the shop and get bread. Right? You all know Rusty. Come, Rusty sit. Rusty stay. And Rusty follow the instructions given because there are certain words that he knows that are important for him to understand. Right? To carry out.
He knows as the instructions of the master.
That is the instruction of
And
the master.
if it is
Alright.
you are following the master, then you will use the same
Instruction. That's right. That's right. Because now you represent the master while he's not there.
Exactly, and that is what we are, representers of
All of
the
us.
master.
Yes.
Right?
The parents to y'all and all of us, to people who don't know the master.
To people who don't know the master. Right? So we are representatives of Christ.
Right?
Okay, so now that we have a clear picture of what it means to follow Christ in this earthly realm that we reside in, you know, what it really looks like. What it really looks like. Because you see, as it was said in the discourse that you would have just heard, following Christ is as important as it gets. Because we do not want to find ourselves trying to honor what he has asked of us to do and trying to show our love to Christ by feeding his sheep, but yet we are not following him. Eventually, you will get tired, you will get weak, you will become empty. We can only pour out from the cup that God is pouring into. We can only pour out of the cup that God is pouring into. If God is not pouring, if we are not allowing Christ to pour into us, if we are not following him in the path that he walks, then we are leading his sheep astray. Alright? So, one nugget, if we love Christ, we are to do what he has asked of us to do. Feed his sheep. We cannot say that we love Christ, yet we do not do the request of his heart. When we love someone, we do the things that we know that they desire of us. 2. In order to do what God desires of us, we must follow his footsteps. We must follow him. Alright, so now that we have had a full discourse on what it means to really love Christ, I pray that you take this nugget today and go out into the world and live a transformed life. Love you guys.